Today on Cutler's Court.
When you got back together, why weren't things better at that point?
We got into a fight and he put his finger on my mouth. And he's like, shh.
And he still has that finger?
Yeah. I know, right?
So you said she's overly dramatic.
A lot of the times she takes an issue that's maybe like a 2 or a 3, bumps it up to a 10 for no reason.
It was very stressful because of your family, the government saying, get out. It's been a lot of things on you.
We'll find out today, will she stay or will she go? This is Cutler's Court. Sasha Aguirre is bringing her husband to court, questioning if their marriage can withstand years of separation, family interference, and emotional distance. She says Edgar's tight grip on finances and lack of openness have pushed them apart, and she wants answers on whether they're truly compatible. Edgar Avalos feels betrayed by Sasha's lack of trust and emotional withdrawal. After enduring years of separation and sacrifice, he's determined to show that their marriage is still worth saving.
Your Honors, this is case 2069, Aguirre versus Avalos.
Thank you, Patrick. Ms. Aguirre, you all have been married for a while, but you dated only 5 months before you got married, and now you want to see if you all are compatible.
Yeah. I want to know if my husband and me are compatible. And I want to know, like, if it's worth staying with each other, or, like, we're really young, so if it's not worth it, like, why waste more time?
What does your gut tell you? Do you feel it's worth it?
I don't know, and that's why I'm here.
Okay. Mr. Avalos, you've heard why your bride is here. Why are you here?
But I'm here just to be able to talk about this because I feel like a lot of the issues stem from her not being able to communicate. A lot of the time she gets angry, she shuts me out, and honestly, it's not just me.
Well, it takes 2 to tango, it takes 2 to fight. So if you haven't figured out how to talk about it, it's either gonna be a fight or it's gonna be a dance, so.
So how long have you all been married?
It's gonna be 5 years. Literally, in like a few weeks, it's gonna be 5 years.
At what point do things kind of start to go bad?
We got secretly married. We didn't tell our parents because my parents are very Mexican, very traditional, and they're used to like this timeline, and we didn't follow the timeline at all. Like, COVID happened, and we were going to move to the UK, and we just thought, like, if we're gonna move to the UK and during COVID, we should get married now. So we go to the court, we just sign the papers, and we're married. And I tried to, like, break it to my family, like, hey, like, how would it feel, like, if we were married, like, if we got married? And they were like, no, like, that's too quick. Like, that's way too quick. Like, you barely know each other. So, like, let's wait. And when you come back, like, you guys can see where we're at. Except, like, it doesn't happen like that, right? We go abroad, and then they get a letter that says, Mr. and Mrs. Avalos. And now my family's freaking out. They're calling me and they're telling me, like, what's happening? Like, you guys got married, you guys didn't tell us, you guys didn't invite us. And I'm like, well, like, yeah, but it's not like that, like, at all. Like, it happened because of everything else that was happening.
If your parents had controlled it, how long would you all have dated before you got married?
Like, we would have dated for like a year, you know? And then there would have been a proposal. He would have asked for my hand. It would have been
would have asked your parents, and they'd have blessed it, and maybe another 6 months to a year before the actual wedding. So you're in 2 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mr. Avalos, at the time, did you think this is really quick, or did you feel that it was a sufficient amount of time?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if you date for a month to like 10 years, the outcome might be the same. You either stay together or you don't. So I loved her. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
All right.
Well,
as these things kind of go, everything was fine until it wasn't.
yeah.
So what was the first thing that you saw that caused you some concern?
Well, we moved abroad, and when we move abroad, his visa gets taken by the UK government. He couldn't afford the financial aid for the school, and he gets deported.
And how long were you all apart?
So we moved in 2021, and this happens in 2022. And so he leaves, and I come visit. But then in 2023, he tries to come and visit me, you know? And the UK government doesn't let him come in. And not just denied, he was already in the UK, so he got detained.
Oh.
And he stays there for 2 days, like 48 hours in basically a cell. And I can't do anything. I'm calling everyone, trying to get him out. And they're like, as soon as they have the ticket back, they're not gonna do anything. He's just going back to the States.
So you didn't even get to see?
I didn't get to see him.
So you all were apart about 2 years?
Basically.
So that must have been very difficult for both of you.
Yeah.
So you actually really have only lived together as husband and wife maybe 15, 18 months? Okay. Of the 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. There are no issues of infidelity. You all don't have those as issues, correct?
Yeah, the issue is my family, right? Because
Okay.
my family finds out while we're in the UK together, and they were helping me financially. They were helping me pay for my school and helping us pay for the apartment we had together. And when they cut me off, I freak out. And I sort of tell him, like, we have to take a break. Like, we have to, at least until my family, like, calms down a little bit. But he doesn't know that part because he's in San Diego, and I think, like, he's gonna say something. And I just needed to finish school. I needed to get my tuition at least paid for until I got, like, my degree.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the fights sort of started, and with that, because he's like, how do you care more about money than me?
We need to jump back.
Okay.
So the thing is that when I was deported, coming back to the States, which, mind you, I didn't even get sent back to, originally from San Diego, got sent to LA, so I still had to manage to get all the way down. It was the fact that I tried to speak to her throughout this whole thing. She wouldn't talk to me about anything. I would try to call her. She would hang up within like 2 minutes and say, oh, I'm busy. She didn't, I know she didn't have anything to do. I felt she just cut me off entirely. And it was really hard to just get through that time. Imagine.
Why do you think she did that?
Because she can't handle it. She isn't able to just talk about how she feels with anyone else. I feel like she handles it on her own and that's it. But she doesn't handle it. She just balls it up.
Coming up,
All our money, gone.
Does she still overspend?
Yes.
What communication did you all have about what you would spend and how you would spend it?
Sir, they said they don't communicate. That's why they're here talking to us.
do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
I want to know if my husband and me are compatible. And I want to know, like, if it's worth staying with each other.
What does your gut tell you? Do you feel it's worth it?
I don't know. And that's why I'm here.
All right, so I guess my question at this point is, when you got back together, you each had some issues you were dealing with, but once you got back together, everything should have been relatively fine, and it sounds like it was not. Why weren't things better at that point?
Lack of communication. Like, literally, like, sometimes I feel a certain way, and I tell him, and he'll literally tell me, cry about it. Cry about it. Like, okay.
It's not cry about it, like, let it out. Let
No,
your
no,
feelings-
like, oh, you felt that way? Like, I'm so sorry you felt that way. Like, cry about it, Sasha. We got into a fight, and he put his finger on my mouth. And he's like, shh, shh.
And he still has that finger?
Yeah.
'Cause
I know, right?
Well,
that finger would have
was that after him telling you to be quiet a number of times, you're not listening?
Sir,
What?
My man.
let me
Wait,
just...
hold on. Hold on, wait.
Let me just...
Hold. See, I mean, after a couple of times, like, you're
The
trying to get a word in edgewise and you can't, you might have to go to step 2.
And step 2 means they have no finger anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so lack of communication, And what you've described as a lack of communication is him either dismissing your feelings by saying, but just cry about it, or not letting you speak and say what you need to say. You said she's overly dramatic. Okay.
So it's that I feel like a lot of the times she takes an issue that's maybe like a 2 or a 3, bumps it up to a 10 for no reason. However, I have another one. She also overspends a lot. And at the moment, I'm the one with like the full-time job and everything, and it's just really hard to budget when she decides to go out pretty much like every other day, if not every day, with her friends, do whatever.
What is overspending? What did she overspend on?
I got you. So, we had an anniversary in London, actually, one time. And, well, the thing is, we decided to get a little hotel. We stayed there for a few days. And at the time, we actually worked in London as well. We had the same job. Now, I got called in, she did not. What did she decide to do? She went by herself, mind you, over to go see a show. She also decided to go on a shopping spree, everything. She spent about $400, more than that maybe, by herself. We were students also. So imagine that, just all our money gone. And I was hearing that at the end of my shift. What am I supposed to feel about that?
Does she still overspend?
Yes.
And what communication did you all have about what you would spend and how you would spend it?
So there wasn't a conversation about that. However...
Exactly. There wasn't a conversation about it.
But I feel like there's an understanding of how much should be spent roughly.
I don't think there was.
No.
When you said that, I was like, sir, they said they don't communicate. That's why they're here talking to us. So I'm like, yeah, they didn't have I wasn't surprised that there was no conversation. Do you own, Ms. Aguirre, that there may be some spending issues between you and Mr. Avalos?
I feel like when I spend, I either spend to hang out with our friends or to like get stuff for both of us.
All right. Is there anything else that you all think makes you or causes you some concerns about your compatibility?
I think it's like our little fights, because like even our friends have noticed it. Like he's sassy and then he says I'm over dramatic. And then so like that compatibility right there, like we'll just get into like the goofiest fights. Literally, like I remember fighting over changing a light bulb because he told me how to change the light bulb and I was like, I know how to change a light bulb. And then it was just...
And friends saw that? You had friends there while y'all fighting about the light bulb?
Yeah.
You know your friends hate y'all for that. You know, they are like, don't go over to their house.
So why were you fighting over changing a light bulb? Just the fact that he told you how to do it?
Yeah.
And you felt some kind of way?
Because he
I know how to
telling me how to change a light bulb. I've done it before.
Up next.
The compatibility test looked at psychological safety, physical attraction, love and feelings, and finances.
What you all haven't been able to say to each other, you have said to us in front of each other.
You said she's overly dramatic.
I feel like a lot of the times she takes an issue that's maybe like a 2 or a 3, bumps it up to a 10 for no reason. However, I have another one. She also overspends a lot.
I think we got the picture, Mr. Cutler. And that's how we had Dr. Stacey J. Johnson give you all a compatibility test. Patrick, can you show Dr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello. Tell our litigants a little bit about you.
Absolutely. My name is Dr. Stacey J. Johnson. I am a renowned relationship expert. I have a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and I have been helping people with the tools to create, cultivate, and keep healthy romantic relationships for over a decade.
Fine. Now, Dr. Johnson, you administered a compatibility test to Ms. Aguirre and Mr. Avalos, correct?
Absolutely, we did. The compatibility test looked at psychological safety, physical attraction, love and feelings, and finances. And before I get into the numbers, I want to go over a couple of bullet points, if I can.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so number 1, rushing into commitment without fully understanding each other's values, priorities, and communication styles can lead to long-term struggles. Number 2, Healthy communications is key. Without it, misunderstandings and emotional disconnection will continue to create tension in a relationship. Number 3, a strong relationship requires financial balance, shared decision-making, and alignment on priorities to avoid resentment and conflict. Now let's get to the results, and I think we kind of possibly know the results. Compatibility for the plaintiff, Sasha, 60% compatible. For Edgar, 64%. I can tell you the 2 challenging areas for you all was psychological safety and finances, which is it's exemplified in your case today.
Yeah, the testimonies.
The testimonies support the test choices. So, as a result of the test, I say that you are not compatible.
All right, but let me ask you
Yes.
the important question, because relationships can grow, they
Yes.
can change depending on the willingness, right? So if they would be willing to meet the challenges, get aligned, have conversation, build communication skills, could those numbers change?
Absolutely they could. That's why I'm in the business that I am in, giving people hope and opportunity, but the work has to be done. It can't be putting that finger up in her face with resulting in that's how you're going to get her to communicate, to shut up and just hear you. So absolutely, if the willingness is there and the help is there with them, they're young.
Well, Dr. Johnson, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Take care. So, Ms. Aguirre, I'm not surprised by this, and you all probably aren't either, because what you all haven't been able to say to each other, you have said to us in front of each other. Part of the problem is your separation. It is, you all have been sporadically together, and a lot of times it feels like, based on your testimony, when you were together, it was very stressful because of outside forces with your family. It's been a lot of things on you. I chuckled to myself when you talked about your family's expectations of what a relationship looks like. And my parents would say to me, you have to stay with somebody 4 seasons. They're like, you need spring, you need summer, you need fall, and you need the hardness of winter with someone, figuratively and actually. So they weren't wrong. I know we think mom and daddy don't know what they're talking about. They're not young, they don't know how I feel. They do. We're past that.
Yeah.
I think you all can do the thing.
I think you can too, but it depends on your recognition of what the issues are. So, for example, Mr. Avalos says that you are overly dramatic. Do you feel that you're overly dramatic?
I can be.
And Mr. Avalos, in terms of communication, the way she communicates is the way she communicates. It's probably one of the reasons you fell in love with her.
You all will meet in the middle. You will become a little more accepting of, okay, she is who she is, and she will say, okay, I know I can't come at him at a 20. If you all have the willingness to be together and the willingness to do the things so you can be together happily and successfully, we want you to go talk to our counselor and then get counseling on your own so that you can build the foundation you didn't get a chance to build.
You had a rocky start, but 20 years from now, you have a great story.
There you go.
All right. Best wishes to both of you. That is the determination of this court, and court is adjourned.
You guys can come right here. Just make sure you guys head to the left.
I think they're right. Like, there's a lot of little issues that we have to learn how to, like, deal with each other. And they seem to do it really well, you know? Like, they goof around, and I hopefully, like, that's us in a few years.
I do think we're compatible because it asks us about a lot of problems, but I think we also do just like love each other. Like, there's bad times, but there's also the really good times.
We also just wanted to be able to hear each other without us fighting. So it was like a nice way to like hear what we had to say about each other with somebody else there.
Today on Cutlers Court.
You want to find out if you're really compatible.
Yes.
And so you all took a compatibility test?
He coming back home drunk, then he's falling asleep. I'm not getting no touchy, feely like these fans is getting.
I'm an entertainer. I'm trying to run a bag up. Where I come from,
I'm going to the mall.
my mom was a single mother. Look at her. I paid for that lace wig that she got on today.
Yeah, you did.
She goes out, she parties. Guys just be on her neck. I don't say
Right,
nothing.
and this is all the more reason why you should, get it together.
So, Mr.
Because, get it together.
Relationships on the brink of collapse. This is Cutler's Court. Alexandria Ellis says her boyfriend's late nights and broken promises make her feel like an afterthought in his life. She's here to find out if their relationship can survive his demanding career and if trust can be rebuilt. William McRae claims Alexandria's insecurities about his career and female fans are the real issue. He's in court to prove his love for her while defending the realities of life as an R&B artist.
Your Honor, this is case number 2063, Ellis versus McRae.
Good day, everyone. Miss Ellis.
Yes.
You have brought your significant other to our courtroom. This is a gentleman you've known since you were a teenager.
Yes.
You have reconnected,
Yes.
but you are wondering, is this a good connection?
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your story.
So, Your Honors, I'm just here to find out the compatibility results. Just trying to see if, me and William will, build a future together. Because, yes, it's kind of like a make or break for him.
So, Mr. McRae,
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Ellis has said, depending on how this turns out, whether y'all gonna keep going. How do you feel about this?
I don't really care about the results.
Okay.
You need to. You really need to.
At the end of the day, I'm a man, and sometimes we fall short, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to
You've been saying this
make her
forever.
happy.
Okay, so you clearly...
I'm fed up. I'm a little fed up. I'm sorry.
It's all over you.
Well, Ms. Ellis, do you feel?
Nothing is never good enough. I don't know.
Will, please.
You don't know what to
Miss
do to
Ellis,
make her
Will,
happy.
I don't know what to
Will,
do.
please, cut it out.
Hold on, Ms. Ellis.
Yes.
Do you feel that you all are compatible?
I do feel so.
Do you feel like you all are compatible, Mr. McRae?
I do. This is my best friend.
Okay, why does she think that there's an issue?
Tell the truth.
If you want me to be honest with you, Judge.
Hold on, let me just say this. Yes. You don't
Thank
have
you.
to answer that question
Thank you.
no more. Yes. is
Thank
the
you.
answer.
All right.
So I want you to be honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. I'm
I am
always suspect when folks say that, but go ahead.
Tell the truth.
I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
I'm a performer.
Okay.
I'm an R&B singer.
Okay.
I can sing very well.
You know, the judge
Yes.
in me, I need proof. So can you hit just a little something so I can be the judge of that?
Little something, something?
Little something.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
What?
See, that's how he caught me. That's how he got me.
Okay.
That's how he got me. See? Yeah.
Okay.
But even that little, that good singing, it's not gonna fix it.
All right, so you are an entertainer, and I bet let me see if I know where you're going. As an entertainer, women approach you, women flirt
Big
with
time.
you.
All the
things.
time.
All the time.
All the time.
And that's the problem.
But how do you respond to these females?
Okay. I'm sure.
Ooh, baby, baby.
I'm sure Mr. Cutler deals with the same.
This
Don't
ain't about me.
see, keep the focus on you, Mr. Lamar.
Sir,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
not a trial.
You right.
You are.
You right. I
Thank
am.
you.
You right.
Thank you.
You right.
See, and that's
You
the
right.
thing.
You right.
And that's what he likes to do, deflect. He likes to deflect.
I see him deflecting.
Yup.
So I'm gonna ask you one more again, as my grandmother
Yup.
would say. What do you do when the females are like, ooh, baby, baby, to you?
Well, it don't never get to like, ooh, baby, baby. It be more like, oh, you sound so good. You sound so you can sing so well. How long you been singing? Where you from? I usually don't. When it gets to like, where you from? I stop then. I just say, hey, just take my Instagram, follow me. I'm here every night.
All right. Now, Miss Alice,
Yes.
You know he's an entertainer.
Yes.
It's a little much too touchy-touchy, you know, a little hug, you know, with your fans, that's fine. But all that grabbing out, you see, he think everything's a joke.
Can I object?
But there's just so many other things that's really, you know, that's really a bothersome.
All right, let me hear those.
Quality time,
Okay.
for one.
Okay, what do you call quality time?
When you get off of work, when you're doing these shows and things like that,
It's time to come home. He coming back home drunk, then he's falling asleep. You know, I'm not getting no, you know, touchy, feely like these fans is getting in the moment. So that's a problem.
So what time is he coming home after these shows? 2 in the morning?
No,
3 in the morning?
absolutely not. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's a consistent, it's a pattern. It's a pattern.
What's the pattern?
The going out drinking, splurging, spending money, unnecessary money, and we're supposed to plan a future. And then you going out getting drunk, passing out, spending all types of money, then coming home, and then I can't get any
Well, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so hold on.
It's mine, I spend it. It's mine, I spend it.
No, not when you're in a relationship.
So,
it's us.
Mr. McCray, hold on,
It's
let me
not
ask
mine.
you. Ms. Ellis, is there something that you and he don't have that you think you would have if he hadn't spent the money?
absolutely.
Like what?
A lump sum of money saved up. That's what.
Something
He going out
specific.
to the mall, splurging, buying Gucci shoes.
I
It was Dior.
Dior,
Dior.
Who cares?
Miss
Don't mess with
Ellis,
You
Gucci.
spent way too much money.
I don't mess
Is the
with
ring
Gucci.
getting paid? Is the car note getting paid? Are those things getting paid?
I got an image to obtain.
Well,
Are those,
I can't
are those
go
things
out-
getting
sometimes
paid?
I have to pick up the slack.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Miss Ellis, are those things getting paid?
Barely, because he popping bottles in the club, doing stuff that, you know, we have a future to plan for, and we're saving, and we had this conversation already, Will. And you keep doing the same thing.
Coming up,
If I'm with somebody who care, love, if I'm lacking something, they should be able to pick it up. They should be
that's
able to
what I'm
help me with
doing.
it.
But
if
I'm
I
tired.
lack something,
But you
you
get
should be
tired.
able to help me
You
with
get
it.
tired after a while, because I've been helping you, been picking you up off the floor.
do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
When you get off of work, when you're doing these shows and things like that,
It's time to come home.
So what time is he coming home after these shows? 2 in the morning?
No,
3 in the morning?
absolutely not. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Have you all had a conversation about a future together?
We
See what I'm saying?
No,
We
no.
have.
Miss
We
Ellis,
We
Miss Ellis.
have.
Need
We
you to be quiet.
have.
Okay. What do you think that looks like?
I feel like our future enholds honesty. And in order for us to be successful in our future, we just totally just have to be honest with what you desire and what I desire. I'm trying to run a bag up. I'm trying to never not have to worry about nothing. Because
Stop going
where
to the
I
mall.
came from, where I come from,
I'm going to the mall.
my mom was a single mother. So when I go out and I am able to do something off a God-given talent that I have that was instilled in me, of course I'm gonna reap the benefits of what I've put the work in. I'm gonna go buy myself something nice. I got a $20,000 watch on my wrist. I'm gonna buy something nice for myself. And she's gonna do the same thing, because look at her.
No.
I paid for that lace wig that she got on today.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Mr. McCray,
Them nails that she got on, I paid for that. She goes out, she parties.
But
and she don't gotta pay for no
Are you
drinks.
kidding me?
Because look how she looks.
Are you kidding me?
Guys just be on her neck. I don't say
Right,
nothing.
and this is all the more reason why you should, get it together.
So, Mr.
Because, get it together.
buying things and reaping the benefits of your hard work is a good thing. Do you put that same emphasis on saving?
No,
Okay, should you?
I should.
Okay, is that something that you all can talk about in this relationship, that, hey, we need to come to an understanding of what that looks like? That is a middle ground.
Right.
You agree?
I do.
Okay.
But I also agree, Judge, that
See, it's always that but.
Hold on.
no, it's
always a but.
The but is
always a
if
but.
I'm with somebody who care, love, and want to see a future with me, they should be able, if I'm lacking something, they should be able to pick it up. They
And
should be
that's
able to
what I'm
help me with
doing.
it.
But
if
I'm
I
tired.
lack something,
But you
you
get
should be
tired.
able to help me
You
with
get
it.
tired after a while, because I've been helping you, been picking you up off the floor. Let's be real.
So what about people that have been married 50, 60 years? They have to deal with the same person a long time, and they just love that person for who they are.
No.
That's what I want.
The other person also makes a change and makes an effort. It's always A for effort. You always give credit to a trying man.
So if money isn't his thing, and when I say that, not good at managing, not good at savings, are you willing to do that? To manage this? But he's not providing the finances for you to manage. Is that what I'm understanding?
Right.
You mentioned quality time.
Yes.
But the only examples you gave of quality time is he's coming home late, too drunk to really, how you did it. So.
I mean, we can't do anything else either. We can't go out, take our kids, you know. I'm the one who has to do everything because he's gone. You know, he's doing shows sometimes, so he's on the road.
And so what quality time would you like him to spend with you other than the late night, action? Yeah.
I mean, let's go on a fun date. Let's go to Dave & Buster's. Let's do something.
We just went to the Hawks game last week.
Goodness, I mean, and then before that, you said last week? That was 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay, 2 weeks ago. And then before that, what? Nothing.
I planned that date.
No, but I had to be a pest.
Here's the thing. You've got to be affirming of his affirmative acts. He's trying. If you are thankful and you express gratitude, he will do it again. If he does it and runs into a buzzsaw, why even bother? Why put forth the effort? That's what his mind is going to say.
And here's the thing. Why you waiting on him to make the date? You make a date. You got to say, okay, in December, we're going to do X, Y, Z. Keep that date for me. And then you have got to keep that date. Because she gonna eat you up when you don't.
Every time.
Every single time. It ain't worth it.
I'm in court. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
So that's just one way for you all to be compatible.
Yes.
But you want to find out if you're really compatible.
Yes.
And if this relationship is going forward.
Yes.
And so you all took a compatibility test administered by Dr. Stacey J. Johnson. She is here to give us the results of your compatibility test.
Up next.
I always tell my female clients, of course, I want you to get your needs met by your partner, right? But a man has to be inspired to love you in the way that you want to be loved. And honestly, Judge Keith told you the secret.
We're gonna do X, Y, Z. And then you have got to keep that date. Because she gonna eat you up when you don't.
Every time.
Every single time. It ain't worth it.
I'm in court. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Tashi, would you please show Dr. Johnson into the courtroom? Good day, how are you?
I am amazing. Judges, how are you all today?
We are doing well. Would you tell our litigants a little bit about you, please?
Absolutely. My name is Dr. Stacey J. Johnson. I am a compatibility and relationship expert. I have a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and I have been helping couples with the tools to create, cultivate, and keep a healthy romantic love for over a decade. So we've been doing this for a while.
Now, Dr. Johnson, you had our litigants to take a compatibility test, correct?
I did. And I'm gonna start with the plaintiff, okay? All right, for psychological safety, she said it is 100% important for her, and she is 100% compatible with the defendant. Physical attraction, also 100% important and 100% compatible with defendant. He's the character. Okay. For love and feelings, she said it is 75% important to her, but she is 100% compatible with the defendant. For finances, she also said it is 100% important to her, but here we go, only 67% compatible with defendant. Okay?
Right. And that comports with the testimony we've had.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now let's move to the defendant. The defendant's psychological safety, it is 100% important to him and only 58% compatible with the plaintiff. Physical attraction, 100% in both categories.
I love that girl.
Yes. And then for love and feelings, he said it's only really 50% important to him, but he is 75% compatible with the plaintiff. Finances, he said, is 100% important, and he is 100% compatible with the plaintiff.
So there is a disconnect on this finance.
Absolutely. And also for him, I think the psychological safety.
Yes.
Because I think that he's not feeling heard. And I always tell my female clients, of course, I want you to get your needs met by your partner, right? But a man has to be inspired to love you in the way that you want to be loved. And your body language and your tone is just off. It's very masculine. And honestly, Judge Keith told you the secret. Affirm him. Affirm the good things that he does. Because right now, I haven't seen you affirm him at all today. It's all what he didn't do. And the more you do that, the more he's not gonna feel like he can lean into you and be the man that you want him to be because of how you are responding to the things that he does. You guys are a cute couple. He does love you and you love him. But I think that you wanna lean more into being a lot more feminine in your approach.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Because I love when it makes sense.
Yes.
What
yes.
you're hearing shows up there. That just, you know, lifts the whole thing that you're seeing that segue between the two.
Absolutely. They definitely have a chance to make this work. Y'all are adorable. I was watching you on
Thank
camera.
you. We might need your number.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
So, Miss Ellis, it's just two women talking.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So, my mother-in-law was amazing. I had the best mother-in-law ever. I still miss her. She said, you always need to be your husband's haven. The world is awfully tough on men, regardless, and they have to have one place where they can dock and be safe and be loved. And when they choose you, they're telling you you're that person. So when we become something other than that, then they start to do other things that make us unhappy. Yeah, I'm not trying to be nobody's mama except them 3 boys that we had. But I do cherish being his safe place. And you need to be that person for her. Because when she's saying, I want to spend time with you, I want to spend quality time, I want to spend intimate time with you, she's not getting the feedback like, I want that too, baby. I think if you work on being each other's true person, y'all will be fine.
Because with him being an entertainer, you know, whether he processes it this way or not, all that he's not getting from you, he's getting from his adoring fans, all the love, the adoration, the affirmation. And he's coming home, you say he's drunk. He is finding comfort in other things other than his relationship with you. And that's not what you want. And I think deep down it's probably not what he wants. And I don't think he even realizes it. So if you give him something affirming to come home to, he'll come home. And he'll come home sober.
Yeah, buddy.
And then you can do your yeah thing. Okay?
Because I think she's like, I think if you come home right, she's, it's gonna be on and popping.
He might not want to go back on
like
another
that.
tour. I don't know.
And that part, that is the determination of this court. Court is adjourned.
I'm definitely gonna take in heed what the judges told me today, and hopefully I can make my significant other happy.
I would definitely take his efforts into consideration. Move on forward.
Thank you.
Today on Cutler's Court.
clearly there have been some things in this marriage.
He wanted us to have threesomes, and that's where I could be in my feminine.
But she also had fantasies too that I haven't cheated. But she's gone outside the marriage twice, and she's cheated twice.
You asked Mr. Kettner, have you ever had consensual sexual contact with another man? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph examination revealed
relationships on the brink of collapse. This is Cutler's Court. Aubrey York Kettner believes her husband Drew's gambling and alleged infidelity have shattered their relationship. After 16 years of commitment and withstanding hardships, she wants Drew to take a polygraph test to determine if they can move forward united in the life they've built together. Drew Kettner claims his wife's constant suspicion and controlling behavior have pushed him to the brink. He admits to his mistakes, but insists her allegations about his sexuality and refusal to compromise are tearing their marriage apart.
Your Honor, this is case number 2038, Kettner versus Kettner.
Ms. Kettner, you're here today because you want to save this relationship, but you don't know if it can be saved or not.
Yes.
Tell us why we're here.
Your Honor, I stand before you to gain clarity in my marriage. I've been with this man for 16 years, and I need to know if I can continue with him or if our relationship has solely been based on lies, especially for our daughter, to see if, this is something we could work out. I would love to have a lie detector test for him to see if he's trustworthy or not.
You all have been married for 16 years?
Well, we've been together for about 16, married for about 7.
So there's a reason why you want the polygraph exam, because there's a trust issue. What are the issues around trust that you all have?
Him in the casino, number one, other women, as well as possibly other men. There's been some red flags in the relationship. There's been a whole lot that really questions my trustworthiness for him.
Okay, now we talked about the casino. Tell me what's going on there.
Yeah, so with the casino, he had a good job. He was working at a dealership. He was making good money at the time until money started disappearing. There's been a time with the casino that he has spent money right before our rent was due.
Okay.
Now, you said, you phrased it as if he spent money before the rent was due.
Yes.
Did he actually spend the rent money?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you spend the rent money at the casino?
I did.
Okay, so what happened?
When you gamble, it's kind of like an addiction thing, so you keep playing and playing and playing until you get down to like your last $10, and you think you can win it back. I think, I've lost more money than what I've won,
Oh, of course.
But, I've hit a lot of jackpots too, but it's like where we live, there's not a whole lot to do. So it's kind of like, rather than going out and drinking and doing what she thinks I'm doing, I gamble.
Okay. Well, it is a hard trade-off there.
Do you believe that your gambling is under control?
Now it is. Because she gave me an ultimatum, rather, do I stay with her or do I keep gambling?
Do you ever go to the casino with him?
I don't.
Okay, so every
time. She has.
Okay, I have a couple times. But
Did he win those 2 times?
Yeah, he did, but he always spent, he gives it back at the casino. He wins it, and then he always spends it down to 0 again.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah, I literally met this man on a dating website, and I saw him, and he caught my eye. He's beautiful. I usually don't chase, I want to be chased. So I messaged him, and we hit it off, and we literally moved in 2 weeks after knowing each other. And we have been together ever since.
Well, Ms. Kettner, isn't that a form of gambling?
It really is, yeah. Yes. You've proven it, yes. Yes.
I saw what you did there, Mr. Cutler.
You're taking a chance.
For real. Yeah.
It is. I took a chance on him, and I feel like I took a great chance until some red flags started, and the beginning of it was the casino.
So is it an issue where you don't want him to gamble at all, or you don't want him to gamble so much?
I don't want him to gamble whatsoever
At all.
because I feel like it's going to be a continual
But
addiction.
also, I've paid all the bills since we've been together. I've been the breadwinner. I've paid all the bills. You know, I take care of our daughter. I make sure our daughter has everything she needs. I make sure she has everything she needs.
I mean, he says that.
And everything's paid.
No.
But we also went to the casino, like, when I had the problem and we were sleeping on the streets and stuff like that.
Yikes.
I went with her and banned myself. Because where we live, you can go there and ban yourself from all the casinos.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was
But
like,
he spent the rent money. I mean, he's saying that, daughter is fed and I couldn't put money, food or anything on the table.
But after the fact of when we became homeless,
yeah.
like, I went and banned myself and I haven't been there since.
How long ago did you do that?
Probably 3 or 4 years ago.
And so you haven't been in a casino in that time?
Not at all.
Well, it's...
And they, like, you can't even step foot on the property.
Exactly. You can't go to eat there, you can't shop there, you cannot come in, period.
Concerts, anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
And while I get it, that probably was horrifying. It looks like he's taking the steps to correct it. Are there other issues? You said spending money on other women and possibly men. What's going on there?
Well, there was lack of sex. So when we first got together, I mean, our relationship was hot and heavy in that area. I mean, we couldn't keep our hands off of each other. And, we tried multiple things and we we ran the gamut on the sexual aspects of things, even to the point of, gender role switching. Yeah, so I would be the masculine. I would, of course, put a strap-on and yes.
Okay.
And he would be the feminine.
But she's bisexual as well.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, grown folks do grown
So I had no problem doing that, but it came more and more, and he wanted it more and more.
Okay.
And there's something to say about that raised a red flag big time.
Coming up.
She's cheated on me, and she's cheated on, like, when we would get in fights, I would go to the casino, she would run to other men, which I don't need to do that,
That's why I received a text from a lady saying that she would take you from me.
Do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
We ran the gamut on the sexual aspects of things, even to the point of gender role switching. I would, of course, put a strap-on
Okay.
and he would be the feminine.
In every couple's repertoire, there are things that you like more than other things, right?
But he likes this. True.
So the fact that he likes something, why do you ascribe some kind of negativity to one thing that he likes?
Because as a woman, I would like to play the feminine role. I want to stay in my feminine. And he wanted to be in his feminine, and it was constant.
In my defense, that when it first started, it was all her idea to do those things.
Yeah.
Has she articulated this to you before today?
No.
Okay.
No, she hasn't.
Okay.
It's a thing that she enjoys too, and the males that she was with before wouldn't try the things that she wanted to do.
But he's saying that, and he wanted us to have threesomes.
Yeah.
He asked to bring other people in.
Yes.
And that's where I could be in my feminine, as a feminine, and not have to put a strap-on to please him.
But she also had fantasies too, so it's just things that we kind of did. Instead, I'm here to prove my loyalty to her and that I haven't cheated, and I'm loyal to our family. Although she's cheated, and I have proof of it.
Okay.
And I was willing to take a lie detector test to
Miss Cannon, let me hear about this. Tell me about this cheating allegation.
So she's always, kind of what she's saying, she's always had this in the back of her mind. I guess it's maybe her insecurities or her guilty conscience that's accusing me of cheating.
They call it projecting.
Yeah, projecting, yes. She's cheated on me, and she's cheated on, when we would get in fights, I would go to the casino, she would run to other men, which I don't need to do that, you know?
That's why I received a text from a lady saying that she would take you from me when we got in an argument?
That was a lady that worked in our building where we had our office. And
So you say.
She wanted me, you know, and she was trying to get me
How'd she
away
get her
from
number?
her. Well, because we worked together, we had an office there that we were both on the lease with. So I'm guessing that's how she got her number.
We used to all work together.
She was trying.
Oh, okay.
She was just trying to get her. She was trying to steal me from her. Was the whole thing.
And no better way than to say, I like your husband.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
obvious.
they got super close, more than normal.
So, Ms. Kettner, you mentioned about the fact that you don't get to be in your feminine role as much as you want to now because he's assuming that role when you all have your adult play. So, is that the only reason you think he has been with other men because he is liking that more and more, or do you have some actual evidence?
She has none.
I have no evidence,
No evidence,
to show you.
period. And it's not an all the time thing. It's not a every time we have sex.
I mean, I
type
want to
thing.
be made love to.
You know,
I want to be caressed. I don't want to have to, you know.
Just for Ms. Kettner's benefit, and for our benefit, because we need to know, have you had sexual contact with any other men?
Absolutely not.
This business partner that Ms. Kettner mentioned, have you had any sexual contact with them?
I have not. Not
Okay.
at all. She came on to me one time, and well, I didn't tell her at first because I know how she is. You know, and I
Tell me,
know,
Ms. Kettner?
Yeah, because you know my wife, she's always on me. She follows me around like a lost dog. I can't get away from her. Like she
Oh,
never
my
gets me.
goodness.
I can't even go to the gas station.
Use
for
a
10
different
minutes
example
without
if
her
you
calling.
wanna-
Well, I'm
You
saying,
want to
like,
sleep tonight?
I can't even go to the gas station without her calling me. Or every time my phone goes off, she's like, "Who you talking to? Who is that?" So that's really made it hard for me, you know, which is why I wanted to take the polygraph. So maybe it'll help us to move forward and get her off my tail and let me, you know, have that freedom.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So that's the
understand.
that's
So
the,
to speak,
that's the
yeah.
word we're gonna use in light of today. Okay.
Up next,
You asked Mr. Kettner, did you have any sexual contact with that business partner? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph exam reveal?
Polygraph examination revealed
Why do you ascribe some kind of negativity to one thing that he likes?
I want to stay in my feminine, and he wanted to be in his feminine.
The males that she was with before wouldn't try the things that she wanted to do. Yeah.
So we retained the services of John Yarbrough. He's a polygraph expert, and he's going to come in and give us the results of your examination.
Okay.
Tashi, would you escort Mr. Yarbrough in, please? Good day, Mr. Yarbrough. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
No complaints. We have this lovely couple here. They're waiting to hear your results. But I would like you to share with them a little bit about your background.
My name is John Yarbrough, and I'm a certified polygraph examiner. I've done hundreds of polygraphs for law enforcement agencies across the state, as well as private and professional polygraphs.
So you asked Mr. Kettner a series of questions, and he gave you answers to those questions, correct?
That is correct.
Right. You asked Mr. Kettner, have you ever had consensual sexual contact with another man? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful in his answer to that question.
Wow. Impressive. Okay. Okay.
You asked Mr. Kettner, did you have any sexual contact with that business partner? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph exam reveal?
Polygraph examination revealed there was deception noted to that question.
Okay.
No.
You asked Mr. Kettner, in the past 6 months, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Kettner? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
Polygraph examination results indicated There was deception indicated.
Are you kidding me?
All right. So, Mr. Kettner,
Are you
is
serious?
there something you want to share with us right now? I mean, this is your time to come clean.
Share it. Come clean.
We're here
I mean,
to
let
get
us
this
know.
figured out. We're here to help you, so let's get it figured out.
I really don't recall anything.
Oh,
Unless it's from the past, like prior to that, I don't.
6 months.
The question's very specific.
Well, the question about your business partner was, did you have any sexual contact with that business partner? So there's no time limit on that.
I've had no contact with her except for what I said about her coming on to me at our office. She grabbed my crotch and then pushed me on the desk and was kissing on kissing on my neck, you know, and I pushed her off of me, you know. I'm like I'm married and, you know, my wife works here as well, you know, like I can't do that with her. And plus I wasn't attracted to her whatsoever.
So even if that crossed his mind and he's thinking about it, whether he wanted it or not, it would register physiologically as him recalling that incident, and it would show up on the polygraph examination.
Yes, if you're asking a question, have you had sexual contact with that business partner, and you say no, there was no explanation of, well, there was this one incidental contact where this has happened, but I didn't return, blah, 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 blah. Then we could have modified the question to say, other than that time.
Right.
But that was never indicated during the...
But if it's going through his mind, but then he says no, there's going to be some kind of physiological response to that dissonance.
That's how it works.
Look at you, Mr. Cutler. But that doesn't explain that in the past 6 months, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Kettner? So who have you had sexual contact with in the last 6 months?
Absolutely nobody.
All right.
And like I said, we're together 24/7, and I mean, I'm never away from her, so I'm not really sure where that's coming from.
So you came here to get some answers.
Yes.
You've now gotten the answers.
Yes.
What does that mean for your marriage?
I mean, he's still denying it, even though the polygraph says that he's had that contact. I guess it's something that we have to work through as a married couple. We've been together for this long. We have a daughter together. And, you know, for the sake of her, I want to get past it.
I also think, judges, too, that we need some kind of like, you know, maybe like sexual therapy or something. Because it's not necessarily like I'm unattracted to her or anything, or I think maybe it's just my age, possibly. I'm losing my stamina, my testosterone and stuff like that, you know, and I'm just trying to come up with new things for us to do to kind of spice it up so I don't have to go outside of the marriage. But she's gone outside the marriage twice. I actually know the guy personally that she cheated with, and then she admitted to another guy she had cheated on me with for 5 months while I was working 24/7 after I found out about the second guy.
Clearly, there have been some things in this marriage. Y'all done some things. And what I'm hearing, at least from you, Ms. Kettner, is that you're willing to work. And I'm hearing from you, Mr. Kettner, you're willing to work.
For sure.
And as long as two people, Mr. Kettner, what do you say?
Oh, as long as two people want to be together, they will be together. And nothing's going to tear them apart.
And then they just work through it. And so what I would say to you is, if you all want to be together, then we are going to order you to speak to our counselor who can give you some steps to bridge some of these things, give you some ideas about how to strengthen your relationship, because the willingness is there.
So that is the determination of this court. Best wishes to both of you. Court is adjourned.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I would have liked him to pass certain answers, but it is something that we're going to have to obviously work through.
What I'm going to do moving forward with her is just, you know, be more honest with her. I guess let her know where I'm at more often.
I wish it would have been a, different response, but it is what it is.